What's going on, you guys? We are back in the building. We have another conversation. We hope that Ha's blood pressure is low now. We just stabilized it. We gave him some chicken. He got some rice. So let's get into this.
Yes. Let's get into something.
This is going to be a very diverse perspective, and we're going to let Shaka start it off because we want to hear the voice of reasoning first to keep the tone at a certain level. And we do have some behind the scenes footage, so stay locked in.
Okay, so we're talking about our brother, Mr. Sharpe. Mr. Sharpe from...
That's his last name, he's Sharpe.
From
First Take.
From First Take, Club Shay Shay, and all that good stuff. You know, Hall of Fame football player, and now getting
sued.
Oh man.
Well, don't worry about it.
But he's our brother, and you know he's going through a situation, and we're waiting to see all of the facts. Because we need all of the facts before we start casting our opinions and trying to put judgment on anybody, which you shouldn't do anyway in the first place. But he's been dealing with a situation.
Allegedly.
He is being sued by a young woman. I forget her name.
OnlyFans model.
Okay, OnlyFans. You know,
20-year-old.
She's 20.
Yeah, she's
now.
20.
Is she 20 now?
They've
been together for a while,
from
what I understand.
Like it was a few months. A
few months they was together.
Yeah, but she's 20. I think she's 20. Don't quote me on it though.
He's been with her since teens, and allegedly there's some footage of him ripping her. Oh wow.
No. Hold on.
I don't think
there's no footage.
There's no footage.
There's no video.
There's no video.
No.
There's
no video.
Shannon didn't sue us. I ain't messing with Shannon.
There's no video.
I get that kind of, but Shannon actually.
We got to be accurate in our
audio.
Please.
No, there's no audio either. There is a sex tape. Yeah, I'm sorry. There is a sex tape that the lawyer is talking about trying to present or make public. However, our brother Sharpe was he went ahead of the situation, and I want to play some of what he said. But nobody heard it. Nobody heard it yet.
Y'all didn't hear it, but there is some audio because he mentioned it in his
commentary. He said that
to play it all out instead of.
There's a small clip of the audio where they saying him allegedly saying he was going to choke the shit out of her.
That's the phone call.
But that's a whole conversation.
You talking about audio of them engaged in the act. That audio has not been released yet.
Mm-hmm.
And he says it in the thing that you're going to hear right now. You know, he says that the lawyer is going to try to release a edited clip. And he said if you play the whole thing without trying to create context to fit your narrative, you'll understand the situation a little bit better. But let's hear it from him. Don't take my word for it.
News reporters do that all the time. Like, you only get a certain amount of minutes on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, so you ain't got no choice but to do it that way.
You get 10 minutes on TikTok.
Okay. And he gonna choose to do whatever he want to do, like everybody else do when it comes to content.
But if why would the lawyer have to edit a 10-minute video?
Shannon don't know how long the video is.
He knows how long it is.
He stated that he don't have the video himself.
He stated that there's a longer video. Put out the whole video. Put out the whole thing so that you could get the full context.
Right, and
they only had a small context.
He knows the exact circumstance that the lawyer's talking about. He knows what he's talking about. He just said, I don't have a copy of it, or I would release it myself.
So then if he don't have a copy of it, how does he know how many minutes it is?
Because
he was in it.
He was in it.
It don't matter. If he was in it, he should have a copy of it, or maybe somebody secretly recorded it. Like, let's make
maybe she recorded
it. She could have recorded it.
So then if she recorded it, that's her video, so he don't know how long it was because he was in the act at the time.
Look, I don't
He stated
know.
it's a longer video. That's
Okay,
Evidently,
it is a longer video, but
evidently,
he's trying to say
Audio, I
it's
didn't have no
10.
video.
I mean audio, but he's trying to say it's 10 minutes. We
but
don't know how many minutes it
evidently,
is.
I mean, but he must have in all good common sense watched it or listened to it after it was made.
You really think so?
Yeah, Shannon not no dummy.
If okay, he ain't a dummy.
I don't know.
He is a dummy because he would have had a copy of that. Ain't no way in God's green earth he ain't gonna have a copy of his own shit, knowing he's a high profile person.
Now
that rings dumb to me. I don't know what y'all talk about right now.
That I got an issue with.
Okay.
How are you going to have a video that you're in and you don't have a
she
copy
can use
of it?
against you, and you're a high profile person,
and you don't have
so
a
they can
copy
have
of
the
it.
opportunity to put out what they want. That's dumb.
It is dumb. It is
Okay,
dumb.
so
I agree with that.
Let's rewind, because y'all ain't going. I ain't the one. Order 2 or 3. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay. What?
Nothing.
Oh, all right.
To my family, friends, supporters, and colleagues, I want to speak to you directly and from the heart. This is a shakedown. I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself because this isn't right. This is all being orchestrated by Tony Buzbee, who has targeted Jay-Z. Tony Buzbee targets black men, and I believe he's going to release a 30-second clip of a sex tape that tries to make me look guilty and play into every stereotype you could possibly imagine. That video should actually be 10 minutes or so. Hey, Tony, instead of releasing your edit, put the whole video out. I don't have it, or I would myself. You know what happened.
See, now that is the part where we go, why don't you have it?
And then at least more Texas, let's Texas says, but I cried when you left because I begged you to put a condom on and not put it in my ass, and you didn't listen. I don't care what our history is. No means no, Shannon. And then I don't know how to process this. Can I call you later? And then another text. I want to be abused, Daddy. And you know that's the text. That's the text I'm reading. And I want some hardcore BDSM action. And then it says another one was she. That's a long story. And it's hardcore porn. I read that. And then it's got another joint where she sends a picture to him. Is cover up, but it says, "I want you to tie me up like this and abuse me, Daddy." You know. So, like, hold on. The clip when he's, when he's saying he's choking her out or whatever. Let's keep it real. He's like, "I'm gonna choke your ass out." He's not really threatening to choke her ass out like I'm gonna kill you. But yo, you can't act like some of us haven't had conversations with other people that we've been involved with sexually, and we talk crazy to each other. Like, I'm gonna choke your ass out while I'm fucking the shit out you type of shit, or I'm gonna fuck the dog shit out you, or I'm gonna put you in the pool and Nelson. Like you talking shit.
I don't know if it's normal, but some people
some people talk shit to each other.
Sex. They like to be that's part of that BDSM, because BDSM is bondage, dominating, sadomasochism. That's what BDSM
I know what it means to this now. So I could learn something new every day.
Just for educational purposes only.
The text, right? We got to decompartmentalize the text. There is one part of the text that you just read that stated that I asked you to put a condom on and X, Y, and Z before you do that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that part don't sound like it's BDSM. Then there's another part
where it
sounds like this BDSM, where she's asking him to do this and
this is after the condom thing.
To do that, whether it was after or
because it got the dates on it, so it's definitely after.
Okay, well, even with the whether it was after or before, these are the things that in court they're gonna have to determine what the hell is going on.
My thing is, if somebody allegedly RAPE'd you. You want that you left from one state to follow them to another state and still was messing with that person after they quote unquote so-called RAPE'd you or whatever. So it's kind of like, I think it's just a money grab. Anything with Tony Buzbee involved is a money grab. We know he's a scoundrel.
Yeah, but the thing is, this is why you shouldn't be dating somebody so much older than you, because people can claim Stockholm syndrome. They can claim all kind of stuff. For me, I just don't rock with her or him. I really do feel like he could have got somebody, and he was warned by Monique in the interview and Cat Williams. I feel like he could have get somebody a little bit, older than her, because at the end of the day, you really don't have nothing in common but sex and but to be gifting her and doing all kind of wild stuff. And then number two, I'm not feeling her because it could be a money grab, or or she really look at him like, high above like most of these females do with high profile people, and now she's willing to do whatever because she thinks this is the lifestyle, a lifestyle that most females can have. And then you put Tony Buzbee in there. This thing is the worst case in 2025. You got dumb white girl who's young. You got this man who has intercourse with somebody but don't have no footage of himself, knowing he's a high profile person, so he must have really been in love with her. And then you got Tony Buzbee, who's the most dumbest, sought after, trying to get every black man. Did he ever
you know what it is? I think
white guy. What's his profile?
Tony Buzbee?
Yeah.
Scoundrel, scumbag.
So this whole case is the
alleged
worst
agent
case in 2025 with 3 dumb stooges.
I mean, at the end of the day, like, a lot of men, I'm not condoning nothing because I don't know what happened. Do I think he did something of that nature? No, I think what happened is that he probably was cutting that gravy train off, and then it's like, okay. For all we know, Tony Buzbee's the one that sent the girl on him. You know what I'm saying? People do that. They'll go ahead and send the girl to you. They do it in politics, and they do it in the music industry. They'll go ahead and send a chick your way. You think this girl feeling you, she into you. You don't know that your ops or the people that you don't get along with, or the people who you're in competition with, sending that girl the way to get information on you, find out your whereabouts, find out your habits, your do's and don'ts, if you're a drug addict, if you're into this, if you're into that, so they could use it against you as a weakness later on. They've been doing this in the music industry for years. They did to Sam Cooke when he died.
So why are you not in control of yourself?
That's on Shannon.
Knowing that is a strong possibility, that means you are operating with your lower self, and you still allow that to happen. I will never ever, this whole case, this is the number one thing I will never ever get over, is me laying in bed, and I'm sharp. Me laying in bed, I don't care if the woman, me and her, was the same age. Me and somebody laying in bed, and they got footage of me that I don't have, that I know for goddamn sure, and she gonna use it against me. I just can't never get over that.
See, I don't know why they don't make these women sign NDAs.
That don't work no more.
That don't work no more. Not with no rape. Not no date. Listen, remember the Me Too? Allegedly. Sorry, allegedly. Not with rape, I'm saying period.
Yeah.
But with the Me Too movement, they don't, all of that goes out the door. Like, I really do wish this brother.
And look at Shannon, not trying to cut your wisdom off. Allegedly, he's always had a thing for Caucasian women.
Oh my God, you just took
the sisters don't really rock with them. But it's kind of like a lot of brothers have a tendency of, like, they'll go with these Caucasian women. And I'm not saying I don't have nothing personal against Caucasians. I'm just speaking honesty from a perspective of a black man and how we are in the black community. How brothers will go ahead and don't deal with the sisters because they complain about the sisters. They go deal with these white folks. And then as soon as these white folks go ahead and turn on them, they want to come back and run back home or whatever. After they went ahead and swept their own people to the side.
Listen,
and forgot about their people and went ahead and went on the other side. But JC said it best. You still a nigga. Rich nigga, poor nigga, like, you know what I mean? Women song, still a nigga. You multi-millionaire in this country, Shannon. Some people still look at you as you a nigga.
Let me tell you.
So as a nigga, you gotta understand that you gotta go ahead and stay on the swivel, because you are a black man with a lot of money and a lot of prestige at the moment, and they always gonna be trying to take you down. But instead of going ahead and using your brain, you using your head in between your legs. And then Monique tell you the best, nigga, you 56. Settle down with somebody who gonna hold you down and be cool and leave them young girls alone or whatever. But you want to chase these white snow bunnies.
It was so crazy that those last few interviews, it was like they were speaking directly to him because they knew his behavior. Cat Williams, Monique, they were speaking directly to him because they must have known his behaviors. And in the comment section, I don't know if he spoke out against black women, but a lot of black women are saying, sisters, this ain't got nothing to do with us.
He made certain comments
like
against black women.
They're making those comments. Turn your head. Anyway, what we cooking for today? Like, they do not like this clear indication.
And this is nothing against white women, because women of all colors colors be doing some tricky stuff, the brothers. So
That's
there's
right.
nothing against white women. This is women in general or whatever. But this we just talking about in reference to the melanated community when it comes to things like of this nature.
Yeah. Listen, all is the human race at the end of the day, and it's really about the rich and the poor. I mean, if we want to get down to certain things, how this world is run. But there are little pockets of places where racism play a role and classism play a role and all
Mm-hmm.
of those things play a role. All I know is I ain't gonna lie, man. I wish this brother well. I feel like, you know,
Lesson learned.
Keenan Waynes has said something that was profound. A little snippet in the interview that he came out and said, the more successful we become, melanated people, and the higher we go up in the ladder, the surroundings that they have is not the same color, right, as the people that they started out
In
with.
the ghetto.
And he said, in fact, and I'm quoting and paraphrasing, that
You mean Damon, I think.
Damon Wayans, I'm sorry, was it Damon? I don't know.
Yeah, it was
Okay.
Damon. It was
But
Damon.
he was just saying, you know, that so those that when you move into a different environment, excuse me, those become your options, so to speak. So it is what it is, and then so the people who were helping you there, the people who got the most money is going to say, nah, we got it, we don't need them no more, right? So this is happening across the border.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like when you are getting to certain heights in your career, it's important to have a plan together. It's important to keep the right people around with you, if you could, that you were around from the beginning, and to kind of like, if they're worthy of, bring them up with you, because you need to balance the playing field when dealing with these people.